Hey, welcome to live trading with Grandpa Sees the Blinking, blinking everywhere. Hey, Elon is being threatened with arrest. We're going to talk about that. Also, Grandpa was faked out today by the bear flags. I'm going to show you that. And hey, don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice or otherwise, political advice or anything else. Grandpa's entertaining. And if you would, like, share, and subscribe. So, Elon, what happened with Elon? Well, Brazil's got political problems, and the that are in power want X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook and YouTube to basically censor their political rivals and not put their stuff on the platforms. And my understanding is that uh, Facebook and YouTube complied with the Brazilian government's wishes. But Elon, of course, he didn't comply because you don't want to censor free speech. You know, people have a right to oppose whoever, and um, so he hasn't done it. They've imposed a fine of, I believe, 20,000 per day. I think it is on Elon. You know, because he has Twitter over in, or not Twitter, X over in Brazil, and I don't know if it's a total shutdown there or not. And now, being he won't silence their political rivals, they're threatening, they want him to be locked up and arrested for not complying with their court rulings. And they're trying to get the U.S. government to go along with it, and who knows what they'll do. You know, Biden and Elon don't get along that great, so who knows where this will go. But and I did watch a video or two on it where Elon was on talking about this subject and how crazy it is, and there were several smaller journalists uh, that have YouTube channels or different channels that they do news on, and they've they've virtually been put out of business in Brazil completely. Their livelihood has been completely upended. It's because they wouldn't comply and with the government's ruling that they couldn't put out the information that the political opponents put out. So that's all Grandpa knows about that. But what Grandpa knows is he got faked out today, big time. Oh man, Grandpa, why do you get faked out all the time? Well, I don't usually get faked out. I got in. Uh, I didn't take the ride down at all today. This is the 15-minute chart, and I'm going to show you how I got faked out. So I got in at right where my pretty line is here with my mouse. 169.50 was my average. But I only had 30 shares, and I got out a little bit above 162.50, just enough to give me $100. I made $100. And I didn't get much. I had other orders down below that didn't hit, and that was fine. I don't need to be big time in it all the time. I So I only had 30 shares, and I made $100. But the thing is, I could have made 200 or a little better. But so right here where you see the blue hull, the hull turning blue, right in this area is where Grandpa bailed because while I was watching the uh, 15-minute, I was also watching the 5-minute and the 2-minute, and so here it is right here, and so it's looking like a reversal signal. It's looking, I think I'm in the right spot. Let me back this thing up a little bit. I gotta at least show you the right place. Okay, so right here, right in here. Uh, where did I sell? Up in here. Uh, yeah, get it organized here yet. So I sold right in this area. Okay, but you see in the 5-minute, it gave me a couple of big red candles, indecision candle. The hull turned on me, and I'm thinking, oh man, I made it through 2 bear flags already, and I'm thinking this thing is moving sideways. She's probably going to reverse on me, and I like to at least make my $100. So that's exactly what I did. But it wasn't the right decision this time. Um, I got to back this up to where I got it big enough so that we can kind of see, uh, hopefully, what transpired. So I get in down here at 169.50, and I'm out. Where did I get out again? Oh, well, I made it past that mess. And I made it past that mess. Yeah, I did pretty good considering looking at this 2-minute. And up here is where I finally, I'll show you where I made it quite a ways, really. I made it all the way past this garbage. I thought that was pretty good. Uh, yeah, here's where I finally bailed out, right in this area, and took my $100. And look what the 2-minute did. It just straight down. And for a time, I was thinking, oh boy, Grandpa, you lucked out getting out, because it dropped almost a buck after that, close to it. So Grandpa was thinking he was a genius. But then, what happened? Oh, look at it go. Up, up, and away. And it's coming down after hours. So we'll look at that now. So, this is after hours, and what they did to pull us down, they started buying 500 shares a minute at 169, 100 shares a minute at 164, and 400 shares a minute at 155.70. And that's been predominantly pulling us down. Now, where you see the green bull flags here, in the they're shorting up at 181 and 210 to make those candles, but they're doing very little of it. Most of it's the buying down below, and they're pulling us down. And as long as they keep doing it, it will continue to fall. But that 169 times 500 shares per blink tells Grandpa we're very likely going to see 169 tomorrow. Actually, I believe it'll break it, go through it some. So, but I'm going to come on and do another live stream a little bit later, talk about divergence, go through my candle charts, tell you where Grandpa thinks we may just be going for Friday. For Friday, that's what we'll talk about. Okay, hey, think about eternity. O.J. Simpson passed away, pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic, something like that, cancer. 76 years old, the family was with him. And yeah, you don't know when you're going to go into eternity. You just don't know. So think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. See you later. Bye-bye.